Good morning, everybody. My name is Scotty Warren. I am the founder and lead mentor of the CyberSecurity Sensei Mentorship Program. I am here to talk to you about the program and how it can be helpful for you professionally. Here's a few of my qualifications. I am a cybersecurity subject matter expert at the University of the Potomac. Some of these other things, blah, 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 Civilian of the Year, charter member of the Internet Society. Yes, that's how old I am. But the one thing I would like to focus on today is the bottom bullet, because I am the founder of the CyberSecurity Sensei Mentorship Program, which includes the Incident Response Team, the Speakers Bureau, and the Tech Team. We've been doing this for 277 weeks straight since October of 2019. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our various teams that we have, and everyone is welcome to participate in any one or more of these. Our program never has a charge. Everything is free. All right, so let's get started. The first one is our mentorship program. And one of the unique things about our program is that we focus on ethical cybersecurity. If you are ever studying for your Security Plus, and you go through your study guide, you will find the word ethics exactly 0 times in your study guides. So I think it's important for us to identify ourselves as being based in ethics. We do have a code of ethics that everyone who participates in the program agrees to adhere to. We have about 6 mentors on the team and over 100 mentees in the program. No minimum age or experience. We have weekly webinars like you're seeing here this morning, 278 weeks we've been doing this. We have a very active Facebook group, and if you're not into social media, we have an email list as well for communicating. Another individual advantage of our program is we teach everyone to think like their boss. Not just tools and techniques, not just attack vectors and reporting avenues. This is how do you develop that mindset so that you can match the person who you work for, and you will understand that person, understand their concerns, and help to make the entire team more powerful by doing so. During the mentorships, we do what we call mentees share time, and that's where everyone shares anything that they've learned or seen or observed and that has cybersecurity implications. This is very important because it helps you to look at the world through a cybersecurity lens. You could be standing in line at your local fast food place and say, I wonder how they handle their point of sale information. Or if you have an app, how secure is the app that they use to order French fries? Those sorts of things. You just start to develop a cybersecurity lens when you look at everything around you. We also offer the opportunity for all of our mentees to teach any subject that they want anytime during our webinars. And a heads up, next Saturday, Golru and Nerman are planning on doing a demonstration of pen testing. So that will be a good one to come and watch as well. We do resume reviews. We help you understand and focus your resume for the most impact for wherever you're applying it for. We talk about interview strategies, what to say, what not to say, etc. And we have a YouTube video library of over 130 videos out there to help. That's the main part of our mentorship, but we also have the incident response team. This is something that I have not seen anywhere else in the industry. This is where you, as mentees, can participate in live incidents. These are not exercises. It's not a capture the flag. It's not a tabletop. This is live incident data. And I'll talk about it a little bit when we get to our next set of slides. But you file evidence for the enforcement authorities. You log the time you've spent and the number of reports, and then at the end of the month, someone from the mentors will send you a certificate showing the amount of time you spent and the number of incidents that you've reported, and you put that on your resume as experience. I was an incident response analyst for these many months, doing these many reports, etc. And it also helps you establish a reputation as a local security expert. What I mean by that is, if you don't get spam or phishing emails, your mom does, your sister does, your HOA does, your cousins do, etc. So what you do is you tell them, send me your spam or phishing emails, and I'll report them on your behalf. Why? You're helping them. Well, I'll talk about it a little bit more later, but you're also getting experience, so everybody wins, except the bad guys. We have the Speakers Bureau, where we have a number of decks similar to this, slide decks, and any member of the CS-Sensei team can use these to speak locally on cyber safety topics. Things like how to recognize spam or phishing messages. What do you do when you see them? Don't just delete them. Those sorts of things. We teach everyone in this team how to do this so that they can speak and become more conversant in the actual terminology that's part of our career field. You help to educate people around you, make them smarter, and you become the established local security expert. I can't stress that enough, because it's not just, if you think about the job process, many people think, I look for a job vacancy, I apply for the job vacancy, they like what they see in the resume, and they schedule an interview. I, ace the interview, and they take a chance and they hire me. That is the traditional approach, but it's not the only approach. My top mentor, Chris, and I were both hired not by looking and seeing a job vacancy. We knew somebody who said, there's this thing coming up that you might want to be interested in, and I think you'd be perfect for it. And you end up knowing about these things and applying to these things with an already established reputation. So the people that hired me already knew me. All right, so that's important in this game of cybersecurity. Being an entry level, you need as many pluses as you can get, and establishing yourself as a local security expert in your spheres of influence is a very important thing. The next team we have is our publishing team, which we call the tech team. And we've put together these things we call cyber safety nibbles. They are both in a small graphic format as well as a central 2-page document that you can print and publish and hand out to people. And why would you do that? You help them get smarter, and also it establishes your reputation as being somebody who wants to help. So of all of these different teams, I'm going to start with the one that I consider to be the most valuable to you and the most fun to do, and that's our incident response team. In your Security Plus study guide, it says an incident is where something that should have happened didn't, or something that shouldn't have happened did. That's a great way of describing it, but it's where something occurred that shouldn't have, or didn't occur and it should have. Now, this is a teaching moment, all right, everybody? Hope you enjoy this. Email filters, as well as intrusion detection systems, have two states. They examine things and they say, yes, something occurred that I'm supposed to do something with, or no, this didn't occur and I just let the traffic continue. In email, I call it either malicious, which means bad stuff, or benign, which means it's good stuff, regular stuff, like an email from the CEO. The filter in this case either lets things go or it blocks them. So you look at it, a true positive is a malicious message that the filter identifies and blocks. Positive means it did something with it. Benign, down down from there, the lower green one, is a message that comes through and nothing is wrong with it. So the filter passes it. A benign false positive is when the message is benign, but the filter blocks it anyway, and it's not supposed to do that. A false negative is where a malicious message gets passed as being benign by the mail filter. That's called a false negative. And in our team, we specifically report false negatives. And that's where the mail filter looks at it, says it's okay, and it's not. So the email filter providers use our reports as well as everyone else's to make their mail filters more effective and reduce their false negatives. That's what we do. If somebody ever asks why you do incident response analyst, that's it. Now, false negatives and false positives occur almost all the time. But by reporting them when you see them, you help your mail service providers provide better service, more accurate filtering of malicious content. So it's important to do that. So as we're doing this, as an incident response analyst, you're going to need to not only do the work, but you have to be able to describe what you do, how you do it, and why you're doing it. It's very important because in cybersecurity, it's not just about being a technician. You could be a technician and do bad things as well. If you think about it, the cybersecurity people, good and bad, are all learning from the same books. They're all using the same tools, etc. So you have to identify yourself as someone who wants to make this world a better place. So why should you be an incident response analyst? There are several reasons. Number one is you help the providers improve their service because you report messages that their filters didn't catch. Make sense? Next one, you help organizations preserve their reputation because if somebody says they're Amazon and they're not, Amazon wants to know about it so they can prosecute them. Same thing with the Internal Revenue Service, Social Security Administration, Harbor Freight. There are a bunch of them out there. Verizon, they all want to know when people are impersonating them. So you report back to them and you get credit for it as an incident response analyst. Number three, you help to reduce crime because you help to build evidence by reporting to groups such as the Federal Trade Commission, the Anti-Phishing Working Group, and others. That penalizes the bad actors, and it helps your clients, your friends, your families, your spheres of influence be safer online. And last, you help people. By being their local security expert, you teach them how to watch for and identify malicious messages. You can report on their behalf if they don't, and you help them avoid being exploited and losing their life savings because you helped. That's so valuable. So let's go through a sample interview. You're in front of the manager. You notice the manager's right up here. The manager says, so you put down in your resume that you have incident response analyst experience. And your smiling response is, yes, I do. And he said, well, what do you do? Here's where you have to practice your response. You say, well, I report false or negative incidents, which helps the service providers improve their filter accuracy. I also report fraudulent messages to Amazon, IRS, Home Depot, etc., so they can prosecute the imposters that poses them so they can maintain their professional reputation. Lastly, my work as an incident response analyst helps reduce spam and phishing messages worldwide and helps law enforcement gather evidence to prosecute scammers as criminals. Mic drop. You listen and listen for the silence of people going, wow. Okay? And this is as a volunteer. You're already doing this because you want to make this world a better place. And here's Twyla's name. Did I mention this before? If not, this is the first time. We have recognition every month for our top performers in the Incident Response Analyst group. Anybody that wants to be part of the team, if you perform well, you will not only get professional acknowledgement of the work you did, but you'll get recognition as a top performer. And there's Twyla's name. Twyla has a nickname with me. She's the Beast. So you could get started today. If you have spam or phishing emails, or your mom has them, or your friends have them, you can report them. You know how to do it. If not, we'll teach you how. But the easiest way is to go to reportphishing@apwg.org. Just forward the messages to that and get credit for that one report. Do it for 6 messages, you get 6 messages experience credit. Log your reports on our form, and at the end of the month, we will send you a certificate of participation that you can put into your resume. To date, our team has reported over 2,600 incidents. That's how important we're doing. That's the good job that you're going to be part of when you say, I'm really making this world a better place. We are not sitting around and doing nothing, waiting to get paid. Say, oh, well, I'll do this, but you've got to pay me money. No, we say, do it today and demonstrate that you want to do good. And you get your experience and you'll get your job, because there are 2 groups of people that are going to go for that job. People with experience and people without experience. You always want to be one of those people that has experience. So even if it's volunteer experience, it's experience. Make sense? So here's information about our program, CyberSecurity Sensei, our Incident Response Team, our Speakers Bureau, our tech team. They're all available for anyone that wishes to be part of it. Our webinars are live Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern Time on freeconferencecall.com. Again, our Facebook group and email lists are both very active, and videos like this where we actually demonstrate or discuss a specific product or service or activity, a certain topic, we save those on YouTube for everyone's benefit. So, any questions? Look forward to seeing you soon.